The path of the coyote is strange to many, strangely magnificent. It is hugely popular in mythology, but it is not shown as a coyote, but as a trickster, a jester, a joker, and it is in jest that you will find a medicine of the coyote. I am here to tell you a story of the coyote. This story will unite your understanding of what it means to escape the chains of your ego, to protect yourself and guide yourself away from darkness and into the light. A coyote is more than just a mere wild dog. It is more than what is addressed and judged to be, for the coyote is a powerful trickster, with immense intelligence and outstanding magic to suit. A coyote can last days without food or water, can withstand the greatest and harshest conditions, and yet it will adapt and thrive every single time. So why is the coyote known as the trickster god among animals? The Native Americans believed the coyote was a bad omen, for the coyote always appeared to them when something was not going to plan. A coyote is a messenger and a teacher, and like all wisdom it can be misunderstood, for the message of the coyote is unorthodox to say the least. How can such a creature, a wild dog, breathe fear into the camps and tribes of the Native Americans? When the message of the coyote is received, it is an omen of change, great change, but not often in the camp of good fortune, for the coyote works with the cycles, and if you have not completed the cycle, if you have not learned your lesson, then the coyote comes to tell you that you must go around and complete the cycle again. But to do this you must stray from the path. As in the plains of North America, the coyote roams the plains and looks to capture the prey that strays from the path of safety. It preys on the weak, the lost, the stupid. But in doing so it makes the weak stronger, the stupid more experienced, and the lost found. Its purpose is very simple. You will adapt, you will learn, and you will keep learning until you have adapted and evolved so that you do not fall prey to straying from the path again. So what does this have to do with suicide? When we walk our path, when we walk our path of purpose, we follow our joy, we follow our dreams, we follow our hearts. So it's hard to imagine the desire to end your life when you are feeling such wonderful emotions. But when you stray far off your path, far away from your purpose, you can get lost in the realms of the mind. And the mind often tries to overrule the heart with machinations and illusions that make you believe that you are unworthy, taking you off the path of love, forgetting your worth and sending you into darkness and turmoil. The coyote's wisdom is to keep you on the path of love. But in order to do that, it will trick you into leaving the path into fear. This path can take you in different directions, but truly there are only two choices. Will you choose love or fear? Each time you are tricked into fear, the coyote will smile, for it is taking you for a ride again. It is done in jest, because in the mind of the coyote, the great trickster, the jester, he laughs at you. For you have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten how magnificent you are, how much love you are. And so when you fall for his tricks, he laughs, for he knows he is doing his job very well. Do not judge the coyote harshly, for he only does what he knows best. And what he knows best is one of the most formidable and greatest teachings of humanity. He teaches us alignment to our greatest truth, our greatest and highest purpose in love. And it doesn't matter whether you get in a week, a month, a year, a lifetime, or even in the next lifetime. For it is his job to keep repeatedly tricking you off the path. And in doing so, he is making you stronger. For he is forcing you to make a choice for love. He is forcing you to wake up. He is guiding you into the deepest and darkest parts of yourself to say, have you had enough yet? Because it is only then that you might remember who you are. Essentially, the coyote is a pattern breaker and a pattern maker, for he spells out the traps. He spins you in a circle with a blindfold on and asks you to find the path again. But the trick is to not take the blindfold off, for it is not with your eyes that you will see the path, nor with your mind, but with your heart and feeling the right way. The ego resides within the mind, it resides within the voice of the mind. It speaks ill of you, it tricks you, and it makes you blind, and this is where the coyote preys. Suicide begins with but a thought of giving up, a thought of escaping, a thought of I have had enough. And this is where the coyote is misunderstood, for he is not tricking you into taking your life, he is tricking you into remembering that you are stronger than that. For you are the coyote. You trick yourself. Now do you see that you are your greatest teacher and your greatest trickster? The solution is quite simple when you know. It is the ego, the passive and aggressive taunts and manipulations through illusions carried within the mind and the body that tries to teach you through its darkness to remember the light that you are. The ego wants to take over. He wants your job. And the only way it knows how to take over is by lying to you. Lying about your magnificence. When you hear a negative emotion, a negative voice, or a word against you that is negative, it is a lie. For only love is truth. The coyote does not want to tell you what to do. It just shows you a false path, a path that leads to your awakening by remembering that you are on the wrong path, teaching you to seek the path that is truly aligned to your purpose. This is profound medicine and somewhat difficult to understand, for it needs context. So let me display some examples of how this works. The ego is a library of all your past incarnations. They are injustice, slavery, desperation, despair, depressions, apathy, and all the things we despise. For it is the library of distortion. It is the friend who stabs you in the back at any given opportunity, because it wants your lunch money, it wants your love, it wants the life that you do not realize you have. But it will not die for you without hardship, if you do not realize that you hold the power over the ego, for the mind is but a humble servant of the heart. Unfortunately, our current society gives power to intellect and the mind over the heart. And the mind is stimulated by social media, drugs, sugar, porn, violence, war, and so much more. All of these shocks, surprises, addictions, and escapes are your portal to a false reality created by the ever-hungry ego. The ego wants you scared, distracted, and addicted to the slavery of the mind, because it does not want you to live in the heart, for it does not want to die. It knows that if you grow, if you feel love, if you open your heart, the light from your love will expose it and kill it. This is the lesson from the coyote. Do you run from the path into the darkness of lies and malcontent, of addiction, to self-hatred and punishment? Or do you proudly and courageously walk your path head on, knowing that you are love?